Hi. People have been asking, for us to show exactly how this is laid out. I know it's hard as we're building. You're seeing us do something over here, do something over there, and it's hard to figure out where everything is. Margaret is going to put in the site plan of our property, and she'll point out the different things, but you'll understand better after today how things are laid out. All right, obviously this is the front, and you can see that's the gate where we go in. All right, and as we proceed further in, we'll just follow. There's two different paths up here that we'll follow as we go. All right, so as we come in, we're just about in the middle of the southwestern lot. Okay, we have 4 of these lots that we'll be living on. Each one is almost 5 acres. So what you're looking at here, we've cordoned this off just past the containers. We're probably on maybe 2¼ acres. Over here to my right is all fenced off, and over and back of our storage building is fenced off for the animals. So we're taking up maybe just about half of the southwestern lot. Over to the left, you can see we have the garden. Right now there's still tomatoes, basil, onions. And right in back of that, where the corn was, if you remember, now we have planted watermelons, pumpkins, and sweet potatoes. Right here in front of us, we have our fruit trees. We have a lemon tree, orange tree. There's 5 or 7 blueberry bushes, 2 peach trees, a fig tree, wonderfully donated by the King and Queen of St. Augustine, Joe and Fiona Kaiser. And then we have 2 pear trees and 2, I can't remember what those other things are, but Margaret liked them, and they are purple in the, say it, Marg.
Eastern rosebuds.
Eastern rosebuds. They'll be purple in the spring, as well as Margaret turns around, we just got 5 tiny little crepe myrtles from the local ladies club. They'll also be purple. As you're looking around here from the garden, and you can see where the containers are, they'll be moved back a little bit. But over here to the right, if you look at where the horse is, in between us and the horse are 2 roads. This will be our driveway, the first one. And then the next one is where we'll move cattle and horses and such to the back. And all this middle section is going to be another garden area. Not so much garden for fruits and vegetables, maybe some fruit, but it'll have pretty things in it, pretty trees, things like that. As we head up our driveway, this is probably pretty much established. This is going to remain our driveway. We'll come around, and over here, all these piers that you see sticking up out of the ground, this is where the containers are going to sit. So this is where our home will be. The front door is going to be to our right in the middle. And then we're standing right around where we're going to have a charging station for the cars. This will also be the side of the kitchen. And as we go back over here, this will be our enclosed porch right here. And then we will have a small area to walk over here. We'll have stairs coming down because the containers are going to be up off the ground. The stairs coming down. And then as we're planning this way will be the pool. We'll have a pool over here. And then this area will get enclosed all the way up to about halfway up the containers. This will all be enclosed. And obviously the containers will be over here and not over there. And that's about it for like right here. And then as Margaret turns, you'll see this is where the storage building is. And we're just about halfway. We've been working on it for about 8 days. You know, with 2 people, it's slow. When we get help from somebody, Adam, our neighbor, has been great. He's come over a couple times, especially once he came over before he went to work, which was really a saving because we got a lot done that day. So hopefully this will be not outside of 3 weeks. I figured 3 weeks for 2 people to build this. So with some help from Adam next door, you know, once or twice, I think 3 weeks we could have this built. The last time we did this, we had 4 guys, and it took us 2.5 weekends. So I'm thinking that would be pretty good if we could do that.
Hi there. Here is the site plan that Jerry spoke about. This is where he walked in the front gate, and there were 2 different paths. There's one that leads all the way into the back here, and then our driveway goes this way. The quadrants are about 5 acres each. Jerry showed the garden on the left. It was over here, and the fruit trees. And the containers will sit somewhere here with the pool and the storage building.
And other than that, as we walk further back, you'll see over here to the left, there's a pump house. That's the first thing we built, which that might even get changed in the future. And right next to it is the well. And as you can see, we have another path on this side. So we can go, we'll make a big giant loop around. And over here where you see Margaret's green car and the trailer, all that's going to go away. Once this building is finished, one of the containers will be put inside the building, covered, and that's where Margaret will have her she shed. Will take up half of one of the containers, and the other half will be storage for some tools and work area and such like that. Right now, basically the area right here is where we keep the tractor and the implements, so we have to, that'll all get cleaned up. And then, like I said, we took about half of the southwestern lot, so you can see that it's fenced. We have over here this big mound, which still has to be finished, a little bit higher. We got to get a couple more trees growing in it. That is the backstop for the gun range. All right, we'll have a target range set up there, and that'll be the backstop. And the thought is, in back of that is where the other container will go. So there'll be not only a big berm, but another backstop behind it. And over here, right where I'm pointing in this area, that's going to be our drain field. That'll all be, another fence will be put in there around the drain field, not only to keep the cattle off, but that's where all our chickens will go, all in there. If we get turkeys or whatever else, that's all going to be in that area. And right in back of them, if you could see the next barbed wire fence, that's the back of the front of properties. That starts the back 2 properties. And right over that fence, that's where we intend to have our pigs. So we won't have that this year, but next year. We already have water run back there. Everything is just about ready to go. We just got to put up some hog panels and then we're going to start off with what they call feeder pigs, where we feed the pigs, and then once they're 10 months old, then they become sausage and bacon and things like that. But that'll be hopefully next year. We'll be able to do that, because that's something that starts in the spring. All this area here, this is all how we're going to get in to change cattle. The crowding pen will go over here just to the left. This way we could pull trucks in with trailers on them, load what we need to load, and take it to market or the auction or the processor, however that works. And right now we're keeping our chickens here, which this looks sort of messy, but this is all going to get cleaned out. Some of these smaller trees will be removed just to clean this area up, and then this will all get straightened out. But we don't spend much time on landscaping being neat right now because we need to have things built. Other than that, this is the northwestern lot. This is the same as what we have. This has been sort of halfway cleared here. I'm going to do some more clearing in this back section. We're going to remove a few more of the scraggly little water oaks and some of the magnolias, because we need it for the cattle. In the front will stay mostly the same, but as you look out there, you'll see that we got some nice grass growing now. We finally got rain. We had no rain for like 8 weeks. I mean, we had nothing, and we put out a lot of seed, and I didn't do much. Luckily, the seed I don't think went bad, and now that we've had nothing but rain for the last couple weeks, we have a lot of green starting. So I'm hoping that that's all going to take off. And then the back, as you look towards the back, Margaret is standing pretty much right on our property line, dividing north and south. And the fence that you're looking at back there is east and west. So you got to imagine there is one lot on every side of the fence. So there's 4 lots on each side, and that big tree, 100 yards down there, that's pretty much the corner. The lot to the right, which is the southern or southeastern lot, that has been partially cleared and will be cleared more in the fall. Not a lot more, but more. We'll take some more of that out. And then the northeastern lot, we have not even touched that. The one on the other side, we actually ran fence on it. It's ready to have all the fence completed on it. We have not done that. But that last lot, we haven't done anything with. That, in the fall, we'll have a transformation. We're going to send a guy back there with the excavator, and he will just have his way with that. And we'll clear the fence line, and we're going to take quite a few of the scrubby trees out of there. It's not going to look like a pasture, but a lot of those trees, we will save every live oak that's on there, which are these giant, amazing trees, and some others, but a lot of that will come off of there. And that pretty much is going to be pasture and deer hunting area. We have a lot of deer here. My neighbors all hunt. I have never hunted myself, but I think I might try this fall. But otherwise, my neighbors will be invited, to do what they want to do. That pretty much answers everybody's questions about where things are. Like I said, right now, all of this is anything that you see built. It obviously is going to be permanent. That's something we're not going to redo. Once the storage shed is built, which I've learned not to call it a storage shelter. Funny story behind that. It is not a storage shelter, it is a storage shed or storage building, because that will be for things, not people. And then you'll see how this progresses. We'll have the pump house and our house and the pool and enclosure area, and that garden is pretty much going to stay right where it is. We have all our irrigation set there, but that will expand somewhat. We're going to make that a little bit bigger. So we have more thing suite. And this is Margaret's tiny garden area with their datil peppers. One of our neighbors gave us a loquat tree. Other things that we still need to finish off planting. But that's about it. And if you have any questions, put it down in the comments. And Margaret's pretty good at keeping up with that stuff. All right, bye.
Here's the property that we are currently living on. This is the southwest quadrant of the property. You can see this is the path of the driveway. We have another one that runs up this side of the property and goes into the back. Here's where the container home will sit. The pool area will be here. The storage building is here. The gardens are over here. The fruit tree grove will be here, and on this side we will be having another garden area. Here's where the pump house is with the well. Over here is where the berm will be for the gun range. The drain field back here where the chickens will reside. And then behind this property, this section, was where Jerry was showing you where the pigs would be. Back to this site plan. This is the area that is still undeveloped. We will be having an excavator come in there, take out certain trees. This is where we will have deer hunting. This is the pasture land for the cattle currently. And then back to where we reside over here. Here's where the pigs will be. All this is fenced. We're fenced all throughout here.